Okay.
I guess we're waking everybody up early this morning.
Man, you're early.
Well, I
You're
see
very early. I'm impressed, Eric.
some of the guys this
Very
morning.
late.
We got Denzel. Denzel's right out of Arizona here.
Wow, Denzel, you're up right early.
He's rocking early.
That's great. That's great. All right.
And Mr. Renfro over there.
Nice.
He's here. Good morning, Daniel.
Yeah, a lot of folks got up today here out on the West Coast. Yeah, that's good.
I don't see many West Coasters, just one.
Well, Denzel and you, I call that West Coast. You're in that West Coast time zone.
Not even 5 a.m. over here. Still dark out. Dark 30.
It's still dark here, man. It's cloudy. Hey, just while we're waiting to start, Nick, why don't you show folks a little bit what you're working on right there?
Sure. So behind me, I'm out here in the manufacturing shop. This is one of the little training units that we're working on for the iManifold or iConnect platform. Full functioning unit, air conditioning and refrigeration trainer. We've got a 3rd horsepower reciprocating compressor on there, getting about a 0.35 ton. You can run it in air conditioning mode or refrigeration, depending on your evaporator fan speed. We've got condenser fan and evaporator fan speed controls. 4 big long sight glasses so you can see the phase changes to the refrigerant. It's a really cool trainer. This one's got a TXV on it with a liquid receiver. Sure you can't see everything too clearly in the picture here.
Yes, there. Next time around, we ought to get a good shot of those sight glasses.
Yeah,
it's pretty neat to watch how the saturated vapor and everything's going through these, the liquid line. Oh, here we go.
yeah. Now we're going to launch this product. We think we'll be able to get it launched next week. And this is going to be a really nice product. It's going to be, compared to most trainers, quite cost effective. And it'll be something that if you're a larger company or anybody really, it'll be a perfect device to train people on the iManifold, on the iConnect platform. And so we're quite excited about that. I think it's going to come in. What's it going to come in, Nick? You think with a new compressor, we're going to probably 80 pounds? Is that what that'll be?
Yep. Yep, about 75 or 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of guys are on fire about it. They really like it. They think that just even in-house training. I mean,
Exactly. You know, it's funny. You see one of our big trainers right behind that. That's our 406C, which is a heat pump trainer. It's got the air handler, ducting. It's a different animal, and it's very nice. But that little trainer right there is going to demonstrate a whole lot that'll be very helpful for anybody who's starting. There you go. So that's the 406C. You can see that. And that's perfect, Nick. You can see the ducting that we have. You can see the air handler. We have plexiglass on the front, so you can see the fan, the blower. You can see the evaporator. It's a real nice setup. And of course, then we have that big screen TV there that the iManifold drives to. So you mirror from your device to the television, and then you see real-time flow of information and display. So that's pretty cool.
Nice stuff.
Well, it's 8:02 my time, so it's only 5:02 your time, Eric. So
yeah, a little early. A little early.
So maybe we'll start in, and I'll let you start the intro.
Perfect. Good morning, everybody. My name is Eric Urrutia with North Park Innovations. We are the manufacturers of the award-winning iManifold platform, which includes iManifold and iConnect. And I've been around this industry for over 25 years now, from being a technician all the way into manufacturing. So it's been a long road. Love it. You know, I guess it's a lifetime thing for me. But I'm sure everybody that's on this meeting is pretty much feels the same way about it. Let me introduce you to who's with us today. We've got Nick, of course, who you just saw online here.
Hi, guys.
Manufacturing. And of course, Bill Northrup.
Good morning.
And today we're going to go over the advanced reporting features. The advanced reporting features, it will require a subscription to cloud. That way you'll get all the benefits of all these nice advanced reports. There are a few reports on here that are free, that are not cloud necessary, which is basically your basic standard iManifold report. I'll be showing that to you as well. The Energy Star Commission report and a evacuation report. So if you use the we have a Bluetooth micron gauge. It's called the BlueVac Pro Plus. You can go ahead and graph your evacuation and put a report out really nice for that too. So right now, we also have a pretty exciting thing that occurred just recently, is an integration with BACRAC equipment. And BACRAC, as you know, they've been in the industry for probably forever, you know, as far as gas analyzing, combustion analyzers and everything else. And here is the press report that we're sharing with you here. And what it's going to do is, with the BACRAC Intech and the BACRAC Insight, the combustion analyzer produces a QR code, which, you know, QR code is similar to a barcode, but it kind of looks like a little target, a funny looking little target. And you scan that with our application, and it's going to populate all your combustion analysis and put it in a report with a verified measurement. So we're going to have a training on that in the future, near future here. Right now, we're pretty much concentrating on AC right now. So I want to keep that in everybody's mind fresh. So we'll get to that. We'll keep you posted on that on the website, and you'll be able to join a train on that. So we'll go ahead and get started here on advanced reporting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you right now. What I've done is I'm utilizing just demo information. So of course, you hooking up to your system is going to be a little bit different, but we're going to go through it with just demo information. So let me get on this right now, and I'll share the screen with you here. And just let me know. Bill, do you see that? We've got my screen here. Everything's going okay?
Everything looks great.
Okay, fantastic. So right now we're just gauged up to a system per se. We're going to, of course, profile the system. Now I'm going to go through this a little bit faster, because I'm assuming everybody on this call does already utilize an iManifold. So I'm not going to go into detail about reporting. I'm just going to give you the highlights of it, and then we'll go into the profile, and then we'll go into the details here. Selecting a 16 SEER. Now we're all good on this. Measurements, we're going to use a 3-ton system. Airflow and nominal tonnage tab here, and we've got 3 already in here. I kind of jumped ahead of all of us. We'll go back into iManifold here. So we've got a nice system running. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to simulate a small issue so that we can do a little bit of a differential about a measurement in and a measurement out. Now, when you are going into a project and we're taking a measurement in and a measurement out, the measurement in is basically the way the system was when you approached it. Whether it's running inefficiently, it needs a lot of adjustment. First time commissioning, you know, if there needs to be a little bit of a refrigerant adjustment because of the length of the line set, what have you, you can take a measurement in and a measurement out. So upper left-hand corner here, our bar menu, we're going to open this up and we see projects and reporting. Now here, when we start off a new project, just as it's asking us, new project, we'll get this started. It's going to ask if we want to use make new or use cloud or just cancel it out. Now on this first screen here, when you make it new, this is just starting up a new project, and we will be saving that to cloud. To use cloud is going to be searching for a project after the fact. So right now we will get to using cloud here very shortly. So right now we're going to make new. We're going to put our project ID. Now all this information here is on that need to, basically on a need to basis only. If you want to find it again, you're going to put a project ID in here. But some of the information here, it's not going to stop you from proceeding on. So the more information you put in there, of course, you know, information is key, but it will not stop you. So if you don't put a project ID in here, you're not going to find your project later. So right now we're just going to use test 999 so we can identify this. If you want to put in a job number, you can. If your company requires it, put in your job number, your ticket number, or whatever you want to put in here. We're just going to put in a simple 1, 2, 3, 4. And you have a choice on your equipment, your work to perform. We've got equipment service, new installation, retro commissioning, or preventive maintenance. We'll just select an equipment service today. And we'll submit that. Now on this page here, you'll see all the fields here are not all greened up. The fields that are greened up, we've already applied that information. System profile, like I said, very important. That's probably one of the most powerful aspects of using the iManifold platform is the system profile. As you can see, we already have our system profile in. We have our project information that we just filled in right now. Now our customer information, that's our next step here. The customer name, the contact, the telephone number, email. We'll use test. Contact is test. Phone number. Good old movie phone number there. And email. Now, applying an email address in here, this is where you're going to have an option to send that report. So if you're going to send the report to the customer, the owner of the building, if it's a commercial application, you can add in an email here to send it in here. I'm going to send this to Bill over here.
And Eric, there's one thing we might add also.
Yes.
We're working on the back end cloud that very shortly your office will be able to populate these fields. So the goal is that when the technician arrives, they have to do very minimal data entry. These are things that we like to reduce so the guys don't have to sit there and type along on their device, be it a pad or a phone. So
basically, Bill, that's like we're going to be able to basically dispatch with the iManifold.
Yeah, basically, or we tie into dispatch software and the data flows. So we're working on both of those, and we're working with several dispatch software platforms to tie into them. So we'd like to hear from people about what they use, what they would like. And as time passes here, we're going to do a presentation of the new platform, and then we'd like to get people's input. So just wanted to point that out so people understand that this is a real evolving bit of software, and we're excited where it's going.
Beautiful. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
So where we left off here about putting in our email address, and now we have the option to geotag. Geotag works off your smart devices, using your GPS and going to a Google Earth, Google Maps. As you can see on the screen here, we can zoom in. Of course, it's not light out here yet.
Hey, one other reminder, just so people understand, if you have questions as we go along, if you
Oh, absolutely, I forgot that.
yeah, if you put them in chat, then while Eric's doing his thing, I'll read the chat and bring those up. We have a great turnout here today, so we'd like to thank you folks for getting up and attending.
So as you can see on the screen here, when we're geotagging the address, it's looking for your smart device. Now, sometimes GPS isn't all that accurate. If you need to zoom in on where you're at, you can always zoom in on the map, make it bigger or smaller. And of course, your pin, you can drag and drop that pin onto your address. So when you select your address, use the address, and it's going to populate the address all the way down, and it automatically put you into your climate zone. We got our climate zone 2 here in Arizona. Our estimated electric rate. This is an adjustable field here. The climate zone is also adjustable. Some of the mapping in the United States, sometimes you're not in a really certain climate zone, and your estimated electric rate. We have a couple of different electric suppliers over here, so some of them are 0.118, some of them are 190. I mean, it could be just about anything here. So that is adjustable. If you need more information on that, contact your local utility supplier and utility provider, and then go from there. This is also an estimated annual usage. If the average in your area is higher or lower, that's also an adjustable number. These are just an estimation that has come through over the basic surveys.
You know, it just dawned on me, we probably ought to have a setting eventually in there for somebody has photovoltaic solar collectors on their roof, because that will affect that greatly.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah.
So once submitted, we get a small review here to make sure that all of our information's in there. And then we just go back into our reporting here. And then we'll go into our equipment information. Now, using the cloud, this is where this really is nice. You'll see this tab here where it says AHRI certificate. That AHRI certificate, if you're doing a new installation or you got a fresh installation, you have the AHRI number, you can enter in the AHRI certificate number, and it's going to populate everything in your system. I'm going to show that to you right now. I'm just going to use a demo certificate number that we have in the system. Now, we don't push this particular brand. This is just one that we've saved in here. As you can see, there's a saved number here, 594-7319. When we put in that certificate and we search, we have an access to the AHRI database, and it's going to pull in all of our information. As you can see, this is a Linux system. It's a split air-cooled condensing unit, coil with blower. So this is actually this isn't even a furnace. This is just going to be a condensing unit, blower assembly with a coil here. And you see all your information. You've got your capacities, your let's see, your indoor air quantity. There's your blower ratings right there. And as you can see, copy below. When we touch copy below, we're taking this information, we're populating everything about our system. So we select copy below. It'll give you a prompt that everything was copied. So now when we go into our system, if you did not want to use an AHRI number, you don't have it, you would have simply opened up system. As you can see, we have equipment name, ID, Linux. Now this is a changeable field here. Now I want to point out to you guys that do commercial. or you have a home with several units on it. When we use this equipment name, if we say that we're working on a Walmart or something, and the project name was Walmart, I'm just using an example here, the equipment name or the ID, if you have an equipment schedule and there's, say, 50 units up on top of that Walmart or a strip mall that you're doing, you can ID that particular unit because we're going to geotag the actual piece of equipment. So for the name of the equipment, there could be RTU 35, and you can locate that on the picture. I'm just going to do this right here locally. I'm just going to put, we're going to use main unit. We're going to geotag this piece of equipment. Now this is going to pull up on Google Maps again, and we can zoom in. And here where we're at, there is, these are rooftop units. If there was a condensing unit on the ground, we could always see this on the ground, locate the condensing unit. But this, we've got a package unit right up here on the roof. We drag that pin, drop it, and as you can see, it gives us a latitude and longitude address. So we have this piece geotagged. If we were to do another project, and being that this is the chimney, but this could be another system up here, we could geotag that one on another project. So when you're opening up your projects, you would see the identification of say RTU 35, RTU 11. You'd be able to see that and actually locate each one of these systems with this aerial view. So tagging all this equipment comes in handy. You can find it all. You know exactly which one you're working on. If there was something left behind, you know, a technician leaves a drill, whatever, hey, you know, he can call up his fellow guide. He could actually locate it. So with this, go ahead.
That feature is great, and just so people understand what you were doing there, you know, whether you use an Android, Apple, or phone or tablet, you just expand that map and you can really bring it in, especially now they have a really good fidelity of the maps now. It's amazing.
Pictures amazing on these things nowadays.
I was talking to a friend of mine who was in the military, and he said, you know, not too many years ago, this would have been a big deal to allow anybody to have that kind of magnification. It's just here.
Points it out.
Yeah.
So now with the location that we have, we're going to save this location. Our condenser location is saved. And at this point, we could take an equipment photo. If you wanted to take a picture of the state of the equipment, where it's at, you can put that in. You can also put in equipment notes here. You know, systems clean, whatever you want to put in there. You've got a decent amount of space that you can put in any equipment notes, whether it has had hail damage, you know, unrepaired hail damage, you know, coils looking a little flat, whatever you want to put in there. Now, the system configuration, when you pull in the information from the HRI database, yes, it says it's a split, but it's not going to designate on here. So you still select if it's split or package. Your installed line set length, the nominal tonnage is entered in for you. As you can see, your rated airflow is in here for you, and your rated capacity, 35,600, is in there for you. I have spoke about a few different situations where you have a 5-ton nominal or 7.5-ton nominal capacity, you know, looking at 90,000 or 60,000 BTUs of cooling, when the actual AHRI database, it's much less, 51,000. You know, there's 77,000 BTUs, you know, on some of these things, and they're rated much higher as far as nominal tonnage, but they still qualify to be considered a 5-ton nominal, 7-ton nominal, you know, whatever the size may be. So this actually puts it in to perspective to actually what you're working on, and it will take the measurements and put those in as well. So your installed line set length, it said this information is in there on a need to know basis. If you want to put it in, put it in. It's selective. I'm going to go ahead and put in here that we have a 20-foot line set, although we're not on a split system here. This is just demo data. Rated TSP, if you know it, you can put it in. Blower motor type, if you know it, put it in. Our condenser here, the number of circuits, condenser phase. I'm going to go ahead and enter all this information in just so you can see it being done. We're going to go single circuit. Our condenser phase is single phase. Nominal voltage on that condenser is 240. Manufacturer is Lennox. And as you can see, when we pull the information from that AHRI database, it already puts in your model number. The only thing you would have to do is put in your serial number. As you can see here, we've got scan barcode. Now it's beta. A lot of the manufacturers work well with it. You scan the barcode, it'll enter it in. You'll see an extra character there, and it's usually an S, just designated serial number, and you'll see the serial number there. Some of them are not friendly, and they'll put in a code of their own. They'll say, instead of having a 12-digit serial number, or however many digits it may be, it'll suddenly turn up as Q453, and it's their own code. But they're getting a lot more friendly with that. They're letting the information go instead of being coded to what they want. So we'll put in just a standard whatever serial number here. We can put in our compressor comments that will show up on the report. Our air handler information here. We can put in our phase, nominal voltage, the manufacturer here, same as condenser if it's a matched up system. And of course, we have our model number here as well. We just need to enter in our serial number. This particular system does not have a furnace. It is utilizing an evaporator. Select the manufacturer, save it as a condenser. If it is a different manufacturer, and you'll see a lot of companies using Apex coils, or there's several manufacturers out there. I'm not going to name them off, but you have your model number of your coil here, the evaporator, and we just put our serial number in, and there's our equipment information we submit. So now, all your main information, your job information, all this is all greened up, and we have sync with cloud. We will be syncing with cloud very shortly, so we do not just tap this in as of yet. We're going to go in here to testing and performance now. As you can see, we've got a few tabs here where we can view and input measurements, view our performance, and there's an option for an evacuation test, which also is available in our main menu to go into a quick test to do that. So right now, with our information we have here, we're going to take a test in, capture measurements in, and we'll say that that was when it was broken. Now these reports that I'm going to show you, I've already done these before, and I did do a kind of a, this was actually on a live unit that I'm going to show you, but there was a test in and a test out. So capturing these measurements in, that is when the system is running inefficiently. It's not running great. You're going to go back into your iManifold, go ahead and make any adjustments that you're going to make, change the filter out, adjust the thermostatic expansion valve, do what you have to do to make the fix. Then you'll go back in to your projects and reporting. Once you've made all the fixes, you can go in here to capture your measurements out. So now we have a measurement in, we have a measurement out, broken, fixed, whatever you want to call it. And now we open up our reports and checklists. Now, if you do not have cloud subscription, you're going to see right here that this iManifold report, that is free. You'll see that the evacuation report is free, and you'll see that the Energy Star report is free. When you subscribe to cloud, it unlocks everything. All these reports, they're unlimited. You can print out, export as many of these things as you want. You're free to do it as you want.
And really, Eric, you might go over the real power of it is that once you profile a system, you geotag that system, you send it to the cloud. When you go back to the job, when one of your technicians within your company go back to the job, all that data flows back to you, and you know what it was doing the last time you were there or anyone else in your organization was there.
We're going to go into that too. It's going to be a little different because the in and out measurements that I took, we didn't change anything, nothing was broken, but I will show you those reports where we'll show that.
So I'm looking here, Eric, going through this. We don't, we've got about 15 minutes left. So maybe we might have to have another one of these because this is this is important information, and it's a lot to cover. So,
yep.
Very well.
We'll keep rocking and rolling right now.
Okay.
So right up here, we have mechanical checklists. If you want to add in a mechanical checklist, let me show you what these mechanical checklists look like. We've got air conditioner and heat pump. We will select air conditioner, and you'll go down these fields here. And they're simple 3-tap operation. I'm going to open up thermostat. All these little eyes right here are what we're looking for. So the initial setting, if we want to know this, record initial thermostat setting so you know where you return it when you leave. Any of these, it gives you what we're looking for. So like I said, it's a 3-tap basis. When there actually is an input, we'll hit select the info here. Initial setting was good. A second tap says, well, it needs some attention here. Third tap here turns it red. It needs immediate attention. So as you can see on this thermostat, we're going to go ahead and go to green here, and the temperature, it was set for 75 degrees. Was the thermostat level? Yes, kind of, or no, it was not. So simple 3-tap operation. We can go down here to our filter. All this information, standard, media, or electronic air cleaner. When you select that, it'll ask you for dimensions. So when you go back into these projects, you can see what size the filter is. It comes in real handy when you're on a commercial job, because on these commercial jobs, rather than sending somebody up, if you don't have an equipment schedule, you'll have the information right there. Hey, what was that? What was the filter size? How many filters were on RTU 31 over here at that strip center? You can go back into your project and actually see what was on that. So the filter dimensions held in place, pretty self-explanatory, going all the way down. Very detailed. A lot of information there. Now, of course, if you don't have cloud, you're going to be able to see this, and you can take a look at a preview of a report. You can see what it entails. So we're going to go ahead and go back. We're going to go into this gas furnace check at a later date because we want to get this in all with our back rack combustion analyzer. Now, photos and comments. We can put comments in here. We can add photos. You take a photo. We can. I'm just going to. This system is kind of backed into my case here, so it's not going to let me really shoot a photo here. As you can see, we got a black screen here. We'll just take that photo and we'll use it. And as you can see, the photo that you take will be placed right there. You can title this, and there's several titles here that you can choose from. If you select other, You can title it yourself. There's my Android cover. Put in a photo description, whatever you want to put in here, and you can add more photos at that. You can actually take several photos. I think there's Bill, do you know if there's a limit on the photos? Because I've taken 25, 30 photos and I haven't had an issue with it. I don't even know if there's a limit on that, Bill.
I've not seen it. I've not heard of it. So that
at the base of that, submitting the photos, you've got your photos in here, and now it's about generating these reports. So when you generate reports, it's just a matter of selecting what report you want to take a look at, measurements in or measurements out. We're just going to say measurements in. As you can see, email report and save it to the cloud, generate and save to app, generate the report so you can take a look at it right now. We're going to email this and save it to the cloud. As you can see, when you register your device, you have your email already entered in, and that's your default, and it's going to send that to you no matter what. You can push on that 100 times. It's still going to send a report to that email. The email that we entered in on the customer information that I put in Bill's email here, you can either send it to him or not. Check the box. You can add more emails if you want as well. So if we added another email, we would just type in another email, check the box, and go ahead and send it. We're going to send this report, and we're going to save this information to the cloud. So we tap this, report is sent, we're good to go. And we can also take a look at this report right now, and we generate. So now once everything's generated up, we have a report here. Live system, of course, you're going to have verified. Now I'm going to go through those right now. But that's how simple it is to do a report. It's very quick, very easy. Once the information is in, it is very easy to navigate through this and put the reports into play. So I'm going to go back here. We're going to take a look at these other reports. We have our iManifold report standard, the Pro, equipment replacement, annualized savings, mechanical checklist, gas furnace check, charge and airflow, evacuation report, energy star commissioning, and export as CSV. So right now, I'm going to give you a look at these reports here. We just looked at a standard report. Now, when we took all these pictures, the ins and outs, there's a report here. We call it a Pro report. Now, this is a handy report to get to a customer that shows them the state of their system. This gives them every bit of information. If you're doing a new install with all the pictures, you can take a picture of all the points of the install, and they're all published in this report.
And this is a good report when you are on the job and you're really trying to show folks what they have, and if their system warrants a replacement, this defines it. This shows the customer, hey, this is reality here. So that's a very powerful piece.
Actually, we've got a really nice report I'm going to show. Is the actual equipment repair or replace report.
Yeah, right.
That is really what.
Yeah.
This has got all the information that, I mean, just everything here. So as you can see, we've got verification in the field, just showing that these measurements that are check marked are verified by the tool, not by the technician per se. He can't manipulate these measurements. If the measurement is manipulated, the check mark goes off. But as you can see, we've got the title of the test here. It's prepared for, you put your customer's name. This is all the customer's name. Like I said, this is a report that I've already produced. That was on June the 12th. Your logos, uploading your logos. This is a nice thing about these custom reports. You put your logos in here, you can put in your phrases. This is all published right here on this report. Gives your company information, the technician's name, the iManifold number they used, and there's your job number. Second page of the report here, all the system information. The air side measurements, all verified. Airflow and nominal tonnage, everything's verified in here. Now, electrical information. This was put in by hand. Obviously, there's no verified check marks there. If you were to go about and use a device that works with our iManifold, right now the redfish meter, if you put in those measurements wirelessly with the redfish meter, all these check marks that are not here would be there. Kind of nice and showing that, you know, there's no manipulation. It's the true voltage and amperage that we're reading here. The profile of the system, all that information here. Now, just remember what I said before. If you don't put the information in, it's not going to be published. So you'll have a lot of blank spots. The more information you're completing your reports here. System performance. Our adjusted BTUs, total capacity realized here, BTU hours per hour sensible. All your performance information right here. We also geotagged the piece of equipment here. As you can see, we've got the geotag marks, the latitude and longitude address here. And now here's the circuits. So what we did on this was a single circuit system. Now, if we were to do 4 circuits, we would see refrigerant circuit 2, 3, and 4 over here. So we can do multiple circuits, and it would put all your information in on each individual circuit on this page. Your mechanical checklist. Once that checklist is generated, as you can see on the thermostat, we have a red triangle here saying it needs attention now. Well, we can take a look here and say, okay, the temperature setting was there. Yes, it was level. Battery voltage was a little low. It was kind of secured to the wall, but the wire hole in the back was not plugged. So as you can see, everything that was involved with that T-stat there, the filter, all this information on the filter, the drain line, every one of those fields, it's all going to be popped up right here, and it's very easy to see where, hey, let's take a look at this. What was going on? Okay, there was some loose fittings there. We've got to re-glue the fittings. It'll give you that information. State of the whole system. Now, after this, here's our photo page. Now, these were just some photos that I took, but this is air handling unit label photo. There's your photo, and I labeled this as sample. Blower motor, everything else here. So this photo page here, you can have multiple photo pages. It would probably put in, you know, I've had 5 photo pages going before, and that's when, if you do a new install, you can show the complete install, make sure that all the ductwork looks great. Put in tons of photos there, document everything. So that's your pro report. Very nice report, detailed, has lots and lots of information in there.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was referring to. When you show that to somebody, very few people have that kind of detail and verification of what you've done as a contractor. So that is very powerful, I would think, to the customer.
So now we have another report here. It's called, this is for your customer to show them what's going on with the system. This is a charge and airflow report. Now, this does not need a before and after shot. This could be just like you can see right up here on mine, this was before. It'll give the customer what is refrigerant charge, and it's an easy explanation about airflow. So with our system targets here, if it's out of parameter, you're going to get the yellow triangle saying it's out of range. And right here, our suction pressure was high, superheat was normal. Our high pressure, we were high on our high side, and we had low subcooling. The system information is published, the system performance is published, and your logo, once again, is placed right here. So this will give everything. I know I put a comment of smooth operation, but Of course, we had a little bit of problems here. Our performance, we're at 5.65 EER, not good at all. And now we have an after. Nope, that's before, sorry. Here's an after and adjustment. We still had a little bit high suction pressure with our suction pressure being 118. We were about 3 over on that, as you can see. Everything else is in the normal range. All of our information is still there, but now we've got an EER of 13.93. Showing our airflow, BTUs, everything there. So that's a nice report to show your customer that yes, your charge is right, your airflow is fine. Now, studies have shown all over the country, you're looking at over 70%, there's probably 75% of all installed systems out there either have an airflow issue or a charging issue. And you can take a look at that. That's a common problem that systems have. This way we can pinpoint it, show it to the customer that they do have an issue, and sell the job.
That really is, it's amazing. It's a great process.
Fantastic tool to sell things. I mean,
yeah, it really is.
The ability to show somebody what their airflow is and what their charge is. Why did we do this? Well, this is why we did that. How come, why was it low? Well, we had a leak there. We fixed the leak. Now take a look at what we've got going here. Everything's back in play. System's running fine. You've got good charge. Your airflow is great.
Yeah, as I think about it, of course, whether you're an individual contractor, you work for a contractor, you own a company that has many technicians, this gives you great quality control of the work that you are doing or your technicians are doing.
Absolutely.
I mean, it moves the ball from, going with the board-on gauges and just a set of gauges and writing things down to real verification. The work was done properly.
Yep. We've only got a couple. We're limited on time here. I want to get you guys rolling. We got a couple more reports here, and these are some of the most important. This annualized savings report, when we took the measurements in and took the measurements out, when we geotagged and everything, as you can see, here's our zone. It's going to give the customer an explanation of what zone that we're in. Now, when we took the snapshot in, we've got an EER right here of 5.65. We did some adjustments, did some modifications and everything, got this thing working perfectly, and now we've got a 13.93 EER after that. So calculating this, before we were running at $1,653 basically per year to run the system. After we did this adjustment, we're down to $670.72. So we just saved this customer $982.22 annually just from this fix. So justifying what you did on their system, the repair that they made, that you made for them, the money that they're saving, it pays them back. As we know, we went through a mechanical checklist. You can print up the mechanical checklist and give it to the customer if that's just what they want. That's very simple. That's included on the Pro report. So now we have the equipment replacement report. This is your big sales tool right here. You got the customer, you're working on the system. We've got the customer information, your information here. The snapshot when we came in, the measurements in, this is as tested. $1,652.94 annual operating cost, 0 savings. This is what we observed on here. The system's 12 years old. It's operating at a low SEER unit. We've got an issue with the AC unit, and duct modifications are needed. If we were going to go in and repair this system, the repair cost $1,500, which after the repair, which you probably just did, you know, you can always estimate this out, is $1,216.88. So they've got an annual savings of $436.06. So the return on this investment would be 3.4 years. The details of what you did here, as you can see, the usage of the system went down, energy consumption down, your efficiency, it bumped up to 7.68. Now we still have a 12-year-old system though. And we still have a 10 to 12 series unit. Now our AC unit's working well and our duct modifications are okay, but still we want to replace that because of the age of the system. It can't go on forever. So this information here after replacement, the replacement cost, as you can see here, that is due, that's up to you. So is that repair cost. This information here is entered in by the technician, the salesman, whoever it may be utilizing this report. Replacement cost $6,500. You've dropped down using this 18-seater. We put in an 18-seater system, 3-ton. Our annual operating cost goes down to $683.27 with a replacement cost of $6,500. But our annual savings is $969.67. So the return on investment is 6.7 years. Now they have a new system there. They have a new warranty. You know, most systems, you know, carry out a 10-year warranty. So they've got a free ride there for about 10 years. And here's the details. You dropped your usage, energy consumption, there's your electrical, the capacity, you know, they're going to be much more comfortable. As you can see, the capacity, 36,000 from when you started off, that capacity when we did the test in was 23,396 BTUs. Our efficiency, we've got an EER rating of 13.68 and nothing but green here. Now, of course, when we put in these comments, you know, those comments, you can change those things up. I just snapshotted those things right then and there to generate these reports so everybody can check them out.
That's great, Eric. Again, I think that is probably the most powerful bit of information for the contractor. So
most definitely, you know, the sales tools that you have in your hand, utilizing that cloud. Now we went over Tech Connect on our last meeting here, just showing how you can just pay for this system quickly using Tech Connect. And now you've got a whole new sales tool that'll pay for it all over again. I mean, this is just it's a revenue generating machine. It really is. Cool. And rather than a technician just telling a guy, you know, hey, you need to replace your system. You know, this is it's getting old and it's not performing that well. It's going to run you $6,500. You can show it to them. This is putting proof in the pudding. This hands a customer a nice detailed report that they can look at, see what's going on, and make the decision from there. And I think it's a lot easier to make a decision when you've got performance data right there in your hands.
Sure is.
So
cool. Great job.
I hope everybody got something out of this. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can put them on our website. Go to Tech Talk. Reach it at www.iManifold.com. Select Tech Talk. You can leave us questions there. You can reach out to us. Our phone numbers are there. You can reach out and call us directly. I'd be happy to help you out in anything that we need to do.
Great. Thank you. Thanks everybody for making the effort. And until we meet again, we'll see you and thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you all very much.
Thanks all our early morning attendees. Thank you for being here, you guys.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.